Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Studio Series Transformers 1 Megatron, or if you really want to, D16. Now, yes, this is how Megatron looks in Transformers 1, which is a film I've not yet watched. I know, it's just that, well, when it came out in cinema, well, there's no cinemas near me, so I couldn't watch it that way. And when it came out on digital, well, for whatever reason, YouTube just decided, you know what, let's not actually put the film on. Let's just have it as preview only. So that's that. So now I'm just going to resort to piracy. No, I'm joking. I'm going to have to wait for the DVD and Blu-ray release of the film to watch it, which, I mean, at least it's physical media, so, but still, I think the DVD comes out like December, so still quite the wait, and it definitely sucks, but honestly, I think it's going to be quite the wait, because I keep hearing a lot of praise about this film, and well, from the designs, I can definitely see why, because, I mean, look at Megatron here. Like, looking at the box, look at this Megatron design. I love how he looks in this film. So here we got a picture of Megatron, which I'm pretty sure that's the final form. That could be the second form, because that still kind of looks like D16 to me. Like, when I first got the box, I thought that was still the Conquest form, but yeah, I think that's meant to be the final form there. Of course, Transformers 1, number 114. Sorry, got his face right there. This side got a picture of Megatron. The back got him in both modes. Big screen inspired. The Troubles of Viacon. And this is what he does at the end of the film, I guess. Again, I haven't seen it yet, but of course, included backdrop. And yes, please do not spoil the film for me. Like I want to go in without spoilers. But for the backdrop, of course, got the fake backdrop here, but the real backdrop, well, I'm pretty sure this is Icon, like the back of the box set, and I think this is the same backdrop that Optimus came with. So we could put Megs here, but yeah, this is more for the robot mode. So we'll come back to this at the end of the video. And well, looking at the vehicle mode, honestly, I quite like how this looks. To be honest, it's giving me heavy Revenge of the Fallen Megatron vibes with how this vehicle mode looks. Just of how the treads are, because we've got these huge treads here going into a gap. It's like our modern Megatron or RTF Megatron. More so RTF Megatron, because these are the legs. I don't know if that was intentional or if that was a coincidence, but yeah, heavy RTF Megatron vibes from this tank mode. Especially these little turrets right here. Now for more details, got some back treads right here. Fortunately, there's no wheels, so he can't really roll. He just slides, which is a bit of a bummer, but oh well. Of course, got the actual turret. We've got the main one right here, and these two little smaller turrets. Got the back right here. I don't know much to talk about there. Underneath, again, not really much to say. But for the turret's articulation, well, this can lift up and expose the head, if you want that. But this can lift up. This can go around. And the smaller turrets can lift up. And can these take blast effects? Well, no. they cannot. So that's rather unfortunate. Like, they look like they can take blast effects with these little nubs here at the end, but unfortunately they can't. But for this big turret, this one can take blast effects. So he can still be shooting. That's English. You can still shoot at prime if you want. So we've got that. And yes, this is a separate piece as well, if you want that. And the head is just right there. And honestly, I think that's one of my biggest complaints, is just the way that the head is stored in the vehicle mode, because even with this on, the way that you move the turret, it can sort of expose the head. So, yeah, that's a bit crappy. Well, that's pretty much all I've got to say about the vehicle mode. Overall, I quite like it. I mean, it does kind of remind me of RTF Megatron, but still, this looks pretty good. Putting him with Optimus. Yeah, these still look really good together. And honestly, it's getting me excited for B127 and Elita. Even though, like, they're not coming until, like, next year. Hell, same with Sentinel. But yeah, these still look really good together. Like, you can just imagine the final battle of these two. So, yeah. And honestly, that's pretty much all I've got to say about the vehicle modes. So, moving on to the transformation, because this kind of transformation is actually quite interesting. Now, quickly, just before showing off the transformation, I might as well just show off the accessories, because, well, removing most of them is part of the transformation, but first of all, we've got these two little turrets, which, well, taking them off is not necessary for the transformation, but these can form little weapons if you want them to. Next, taking the tank barrel off, we've got the actual backpack itself, which, well, that's packaged separately in the box. And finally, just splitting these, we've got this fusion cannon, which looks more like D16's second form fusion cannon than it does his final form, which was a triple barrel fusion cannon. And we got this little gun, which can go on his other arm. So yeah. Now this can stay on during the transformation, but I prefer to take it off, just because it's more likely to come off anyway if you leave it on. So getting this guy transformed. Well, there's a little bit of crazy steps with this transformation. So to start off, I'm just going to try and get the shoulders and tan from what's going to be the shins here. Here we go. Then I can take the front tread, spin all this around. Then just move the foot down. Move this panel down. So now I've got the legs done. Fold this up. Spin around the head. Take the chest, just move that up, just spin this around at the knee like so, and now he looks like Studio Series Voyager Bumblebee movie Shockwave, so we're just going to transform the legs in the same way. So there we go. And then for the arms, we're just going to undo the forearms, spin out the bicep, move the shoulder down, then just turn around the fists. So do the same here, just untab the forearm like so. Move this down, like so. So I'm going to keep on tabbed. Spin around the forearm, spin around the fist. And, well, here we have Megatron in robot mode. And I guess if you want this to pass as D16 as well, then this could pass for the cogged form, because like the minor form of D16, like his head looked more like Marvel Comics Megatron, whereas when he got the cog, I'm pretty sure he looks more like his final form, just sort of downgraded a little bit. But this is meant to be how he looks in the ending bits of the film, like when he fights Optimus. I'm pretty sure. Again, haven't watched the film. I do really want to though. But let's be honest, he needs a fusion cannon. Which, like, I know I've not seen the film, but I have seen how he looks at the end of the films. So I know this is the wrong fusion cannon. Because, like, TFOne Megatron's fusion cannon is a triple barrel one, whereas this just looks like a traditional fusion cannon. Maybe it was a concept art thing. Maybe they were looking at, like, the D16 fusion cannon. I don't know. But I know that there's going to be an upgrade kit that gives him the correct fusion cannon. So we also give him this gun that goes on this arm. It's like a little smaller thing. And finally, the backpack, if you haven't taken the thing off, just goes on his back. Here we go. And then that just tabs in like so. So now we've gone fully armed up. And then, honestly, I love how this looks. Like, for the looks, this guy looks really intimidating. Like, compared to the concept art Megatron, which was the previous Studio Series Megatron figure, I honestly think this guy looks a bit more intimidating compared to the freaking Terminator face look of the concept art Megatron. And this is a deluxe as well. Concept art Megatron was a freaking leader. Like, just look at him next to how he looks in the film. So, yeah. Only thing is the fusion cannon, but I've gone over it already, so. And I'm sure you can 3D print a more accurate one if you really wanted to, but yeah. So we got the back here. If you want to like store, I don't know, stuff in here like Cheeto dust. The head, which I love this head sculpt. I think this is one of my favorite Megatron head sculpts of all time. I think, like that looks really good. Like I wouldn't mind seeing a retool with the more D16 accurate head sculpt, to be honest. Now the hands are a bit more I mean, they're treads, so if you don't look at them from dead center, that just goes like treads, or it looks like he's wearing gloves, to be honest, but given the time of year from the time of recording, sort of makes this a bit more sense. But yeah, it just looks like he's wearing gloves, or he just doesn't have hands whatsoever. Like, how do you type with treads for hands? So, yeah, maybe they could have done that a bit better, but But anyway, let's just put them next to Optimus, and again, these still look really good together. One of Prime's smokestacks is coming out. Again, these still look really good together. So I'm going to reenact one of the scenes that, like, yeah, these still look really good together. I think Prime's a bit taller, but still, these are really tall deluxes. And again, this has to be really exciting for Sentinel and B-127 and Alita, and I think there's even a rumored Starscream coming next year. Yeah, I am really excited for the Studio Series TF1 figures. And of course, this can take blast effects. So I'm going to plug in a few blast effect there. Now, can the little one take a blast effects? I don't think so, but... Oh, this one can. So he can shoot at Prime as well in robot mode. Just these little turrets can't. But if you want, then these can come off and form little guns, which I'm not going to do because I think it's a bit stupid. But if you want, then they can come off and form handheld weapons. I don't think he does in the film, but these could also maybe be a little... There we go, I have like a little bludgeon look going on. Have to be shoulder guns. There we go. Different options. Oh, that came off. But yeah, this guy looks really good. But does it look good while posing? Well, the head can move. Although I have heard if you try and move the head up, it comes off the ball joint, so try and be careful there. Can go side to side. The shoulders are on ball joints, so these can go around. He can T-pose. He's got double jointed elbows. Swivel there at the bicep for the transformation. Wrist can swivel due to the transformation. Waist swivel. So yeah, the waist can swivel there. You can kick forward, you can kick back, although these do get in the way. One thing I don't like, you have to untap the knees. What's with Studio Series Megatrons and having weird knees? Because we have this guy's knees tabbing in, we have the little knee spikes in Concept Art Megatron, and we have the freaking 20-degree knees on Gamer Edition Megatron, so I guess Studio Series Megatrons are just cursed to have weird knees. Because, like, listen, that generally tabs in. Ugh. Like, it takes genuine effort to try and unclip that. So why is that a feature? I have no idea. But we've got a swivel there. We've got a swivel there, and one here for the transformation. Feet can move. And it can swivel both ways. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the transformation. And honestly, I think that's pretty much all I've got to say about this figure. So yeah, getting the backdrop out. So, complaints about this figure? Well, as I just said, I think the knees are my biggest complaints, just because of how they tab in. Like, my knees don't lock up. Well, yet at least, but still. I don't think a Transformer's knee should have to lock in and have to be unlocked for articulation. I mean, if it's for transformation, sure, and I think that is for the transformation, but still, it's really weird, and as I said, it takes a lot of force for them to be unlocked, just for some freaking articulation, and it's really weird. Like, but seeing how I'm going to be displaying this guy just standing normally, I'm probably going to be forgetting about the knees soon anyway, but still, I don't like the knees. I'm also not a fan of the head just peeking out in vehicle mode when you're moving the turret. Like, sure, you can maybe turn it around, but I think the instructions want you to have it facing upwards for the tank mode. I also think that the hands are a bit, like, of course, when they're facing normally, you got a normal hand, but if you're not looking at them from dead center, they're just treads. So, yeah, a bit weird there. And lastly, this one's more of a nitpick. I wish the fusion cannon didn't look like a normal fusion cannon. I wish he had the actual triple barrel fusion cannon that he has in the final form. But that one can be fixed. 3D print it. But the knees and the hands, those ones can't really be fixed as easily. But still, like, I don't think those detract from this being a good figure, because this is a really good figure. Like, this is a great figure. This is a really fun figure. And honestly, this guy looks really good on a shelf. So, do I recommend him? Of course I recommend him. Like, I recommend both this guy and Prime. Like, because they just look really good together. And I think getting them... I cannot speak. I think getting the two in a fighting pose together would look really good on a shelf. And honestly, I hope Elita and B127 and Sentinel are going to be just as good. So, yeah. So, this has been my review on Studio Series TFOne Megatron. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.